Thanked everyone and even showed off a little personality. Take a listen.
This group of guys let me do what I do on the floor. Coach Nick let me do what I do. And now we got a championship. Thank you. And like they said, enjoy this moment, and have fun with it. Ha, 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 ha.
Laughing at
Rob Parker still hanging with
Laughing
us
at the
this
Spurs.
morning. Rob, what you got? Where does Kawhi end up in free agency?
I think Kawhi is going to wind up right here in Los Angeles with the Clippers. I think he could very easily be like the Lone Ranger. My work is done here in Toronto, and he can move on to the next spot. And people in Toronto won't be mad at him. He did what he delivered.
Oh, they're going to be big.
No, they could be all right with it, all right? Because he got it done. And here's the thing. If you're Kawhi Leonard, what would be at stake when you talk about your basketball career? He's already won 2 championships, already has 2 finals MVP. If he can join the Clippers, come here, and do what he just did in Toronto with the group of guys that they had, and I saw them last year. Doc Rivers did a great job coaching. They got a lot of dogs on that team that'll go after it. I love Patrick Beverly. Lou Williams, all that. I love what they have. Jerry West is there, owner with big pockets. You're in a big market. It's not like, I know the Clippers are the stepchild, if you will.
Say it.
I know that. But still, it can be done. And then here's how you put yourself, if you're Kawhi Leonard, on legendary status. You went to Toronto, where a franchise had never won a championship. You got it done. The next year, you move on and you go to the LA Clippers, and you take a laughingstock of the NBA for the most part of its franchise history, and you elevate that team and win a championship back-to-back years with different teams and elevate those teams, you will reach legendary status. People will look at this guy and go, he's one of the greatest who ever did it. So that's what's there on the table for him. He comes back home to L.A., right? And he also gets to outshine LeBron James right here in L.A. It's all lined up.
That's what he wants.
No, it's all lined up for him. And you could take a look at it and go, man, how could it get any better than that? And the money would be there. Everything is there for him.
He'll leave $50 million in Toronto.
Huh?
He'll leave $50 million in Toronto.
That's all right, but you know what?
Oh, it's always all right when it's somebody else's money.
Well, of course, it's somebody else's money. But I just think his legendary status would go through the roof.
Well, for me, I think for him, if he were to win a regular season MVP, it would probably do as much, if not more, than another leading the Clippers to a championship, Skip, because you be in rarefied air. Only Michael Jordan can say, I've been a regular season MVP, a finals MVP, and a defensive player of the year. Akeem Olajuwon can say, I've been all 3. And now Kawhi. Can you imagine with 2 finals MVP, 2 defensive players of the year, and a regular season MVP, Skip? That would put him in some of the Pantheon great category, and we'd start looking at Kawhi. We already starting to notice him in a different... You don't, because you said he should have been the finals MVP the first time he won it. It should have gone to Manu or Tim Duncan. Anybody other than him. Right. Yeah, that's what anybody other than him.
Did he lead that team in scoring?
Yeah, I ain't talking about that right now. I'm gonna give you.
Did he leading rebound? No, Tim Duncan did. I don't know.
I think I'm gonna say there's 60% chance he goes back to Toronto. For the simple fact is he doesn't have to say we were close, we're contending, we won. They bring everybody back. I believe Marc Gasol will opt back in and pick up that player option. And the only guy that's a free agent is Danny Green. They can be good again. They can make another run at this, although, the team in the West.
Oh, now you got split allegiances, right?
No,
I can't root for the Raptors anymore.
No. I can still root for him.
Oh, you got 50 cases on purple and gold.
As long as you don't play, as long as they don't go up against that purple and gold.
Yeah.
But if you look at what they've done for him, they're giving him everything you've asked for, Rob. No back-to-backs. You need another game? Take it off.
He took off 22 games.
You want your girlfriend, your fiance, or whatever you want her to travel? Okay, fine. You want to put up in he probably stays in the presidential suite on the road. You want your family and friends to have access? No problem. So they've given him everything that he's asked for, and he's delivered a title. I agree with you, Rob. I told Skip this. They shouldn't be mad if he were to leave because he came, he conquered, and did what he needed to do, dipped out. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I think there's 60-40. He stays in Toronto, but it doesn't matter where you go. Go to L.A., get your head bust. Because no matter what.
You
the
kidding
Clippers
yourself.
are, look here. Are you the only child? You got a brother, sister?
I got 2 sisters.
Who's the oldest? You?
I'm the middle. I'm
Okay.
the middle boy.
So your oldest sister will always be big sis. No matter how tall you are, you're 6'4", you tower over, you still little brother her. Clippers still gonna be little brother to the Lakers. That's always gonna be the case, Skip Bayless.
You know, I must say, this conversation is making me sick to my stomach.
I can imagine.
Oh, Kawhi
So-
getting all the love.
I had to just now watch again for about the 30th time him get the last laugh.
Yep.
Weird laugh that it was, but
And
he
we-
got it.
You know what?
He got it.
We played
Still
that.
play it?
We played on our radio show 10 times a day. Anytime somebody says something funny, that's that hot button.
Okay. So he did make fun of himself, so I appreciate that. And he has spoken more in the last 2 weeks than he spoke in 7 years in San Antonio, and that is no exaggeration.
No, it's
he
not.
might have spoken 10 times more in the last 2 weeks,
Yes,
right?
yes.
He might have spoken more yesterday than he spoke in
It's
7
weird to
years
hear
in
him
San-
talk.
It's very weird.
I don't know his voice.
Good for him. He's coming out of his shell because they are crawling for him in Toronto. They are begging him by the minute to please stay. And you know what? Any man with some strong character, with a strong backbone would say, I owe these people.
No, just stop and do that. You see what he's trying to do?
I know,
Rob,
I
you
know.
see, you ought to be ashamed of yourself,
Trying to
Skip.
keep him
Any
next,
man with a
right.
strong backbone will say, I love. No. Don't try to give that
I owe
man.
these people.
He just
They did
delivered,
everything.
Skip. He didn't deliver for him.
He did, yeah. He lucked into it because who could have predicted that Kevin Durant would rupture his Achilles? Who could have predicted that Klay Thompson would wreck his knee? Just both of them were just like scalding hot. Kevin Durant had made 3 threes and he ruptures. And Klay Thompson is on his way to winning Finals MVP and he wrecks.
Steph Curry had an open look to win that
did.
game 4.
Okay? He did, but I've never trusted him in the clutch either. So that's fine. But I do trust Klay Thompson because he hit the game-winning shot in Game 5 at Toronto, and he was on his way to making more game-winning shots, and he went down. So the basketball god said, let there be number 2. Let there be the Raptors. And I'm happy for the fans because they got their moment in the sunshine yesterday. You know, it looked like it was a nice day in Toronto, right?
Until that tragedy, somebody senseless act of violence.
I don't know.
Right.
It's just crazy. I hope
Everybody's
it all works
okay,
out.
yes.
I hope everybody's okay. But the point is, that was purgatory for him. He got stuck there for 1 year, and I'm with Rob. He is Clippers bound. It's on a silver platter, and I know he's going to have to leave some money on the table, but I think from the start, he wanted to go in a long, circuitous route all the way back to his home area. He didn't exactly grow up in L.A.
Not in L.A.
Born in
proper,
Compton,
right.
Riverside. But he wants to go back. And it's just perfect for him because Clippers, he's not a Hollywood guy, and the Clippers aren't really Hollywood. They don't have a Hollywood following or fandom. They have a few Hollywood stars.
They like C,
Billy
B list.
Crystal.
They like
Right,
C.
right,
They like
right.
C, B list. We get
okay.
Jack. We get
Yeah,
Denzel.
no, I
That's
got
where
it.
we get Snoop Dogg.
Okay, well, that's perfect for this guy. That's where he will flourish, is in the shadows, because Toronto was in the shadows. Nobody really saw Toronto coming, and then all of a sudden, wait a second, he just lucked that shot in Game 7 to beat Philly? Wait, here they come. And yet everything fell perfectly into place, just as it will for the Clippers. And I agree with you, the Clippers are going to be really good because Jerry West knows how to build a basketball team. He's done it again and again and again. You better not bet against him because everybody who has lost. And by the way, he had a big hand in building this Golden State team. Right?
That's okay.
When the Clippers traded Tobias Harris, their best player, everybody said, oh, they're tanking. They want their pick. And what'd they do? They just kept playing.
Right.
And they wound up, so that's why when you look at that team without a star and to be able to go to Golden
And they
State.
shouldn't have stars.
No,
They're the Clippers.
No, Kawhi fits in because he's not the bright star.
Yo, he's a superstar.
No, but
they
not,
don't deserve him.
But he don't have all that
Come
stuff.
on,
Why
Lakers.
not?
He needs to come on to the Lakers.
You know LeBron would be shaking in his boots if he shows up with the Clippers. Because that means he's going to block LeBron from even having a chance to get there. You heard it.
You don't even believe that.
I do believe that.
Well, who gonna block AD? Because AD on our roster now.
What do
Who
you
blocking him?
The rest of that team. That's
Really?
all they need. Yes. All of a sudden, you know what? With your AD is the king of the world, please tell me I'll wait What championship AD won?
College.
Help me out.
College.
I'm talking about in the NBA. He had one shot.
He about to win
he
one
won
now.
one playoff series, and all of a sudden,
about to win another one.
you're making it like he's the end-all, be-all, and he's joining up with LeBron, who's an aging superstar at year 17.
If you
I don't get
if
it.
you don't mind me asking, before Kevin Garnett joined with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, what had he won? What had Paul Pierce won before they joined him?
But you're talking about two other players here, not an aging star in LeBron. That's the difference. If this is LeBron 4 years ago, I'm with you.
I'm taking
He's
LeBron.
not the same guy.
LeBron's top 5 right now in year 17. Name the player that can say that.
But he don't
in
have the
history.
same impact, Shannon. He doesn't.
He will.
Watch and see.
He will.
Five more cases on LeBron doesn't win MVP.
No.
From over here.
No.
You got a winning MVP
No, I
too?
got an MVP discussion.
Discussion.
What does that mean?
Top 5. Top 5.
Why don't you have him winning an MVP? He's got AD
They're not
now.
going to give him the MVP with AD on his roster. Just like they didn't give it Kevin Durant or Steph Curry. They're not going to give you no MVP when you got another top 5 player on your roster.
All right, that's a topic for another day, gentlemen.
But we
Great
won the championship.
stuff this morning, Rob. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it. When we come back, we're heading back to the NFL. Tom Brady, is he still the best player in the NFL?
No.
I just threw up in my
Discuss that.
mouth.
No.
Next.